Hey everybody, I'm Chaz.Christopher. Welcome to my channel and this week's video. Can you believe it? The holidays are already upon us. For whatever reason, it feels like you blink your eyes and bam, it's the holiday season and it's time to start giving gifts. Every year, I pretty much wait until like the last 2 weeks or something like that it gets closer to Christmas, and then I go on Amazon and I go crazy and I take advantage of Prime and get that 2-day shipping to everybody I need. So in this week's video, I am going to show you my Amazon list of all of the things that I have bought for people or myself in the past, which I really like. With that being said, I believe gifts do not have to be something that you buy. Gifts can be something that you make for somebody, or you bake them their favorite dessert or meal. Those are gifts, and if that's where your budget is, don't feel like you have to have all this added pressure. The people who love you and care for you are going to love anything you give them because you gave it to them and they care about you. The very first thing I have on my Amazon list is called AirFly. Now, if you fly JetBlue or any other airline that has TV screens or a radio on it, but they still have the old school headphone jacks, and your AirPods or your other Bluetooth headphones don't match up to that because there's no plug, this little AirFly device will be your lifesaver. It now allows you to hook up to that TV screen or radio that has the old school headphone jack with your new Bluetooth device. This retails for about $40, but in my book, it is definitely worth it. The next gift I have on my list is pretty unique. If you've ever been to the UK and tried their chocolates, you know that they are a bit different than what we have here in the United States, and it's very hard to find those chocolates here unless you go through somebody like Epcot, where I have gone to get some and they were delicious. But thankfully, these genius people in the UK realized that they could put what they call a Cadbury box set on Amazon that has a box of 10 sets of chocolate, which you can have sent to your favorite chocolate connoisseur. Maybe they've never got to go to the UK and try chocolate, or maybe they have gone told that they liked it. This could also be a fun gift. The next thing I have on my list is AirPods. Now, this can be interchangeable with any Bluetooth headphones. A lot of times people are kind of like, well, I'm not going to be able to afford AirPods because they're so expensive. If you go and you do a search on Amazon, there are definitely other products that are out there that are significantly less expensive that may not be to the exact quality of an AirPod, but still will get the job done for what you need right now. The next device I have on my list is called the InstaPod. And no, it's not that magical little herb. It is actually a pot that can do many things like air frying and act as an old crock pot, but it acts even faster than your typical crock pot does. So if you have somebody who says that they rarely have time to cook, or they're looking for a way to cook that is much easier, this definitely is the device for them, and it retails for about $80. The next device I have is an Apple Watch. Now, this is also interchangeable, just like the AirPods, for something maybe like a Fitbit or other activity monitoring devices for significantly cheaper, and it's still gonna do the basic things that somebody who may want a fitness tracker will do. Now, if they're wanting it to play, you know, their music and be synced up to their iPhone and make calls, all of these things, you're gonna probably need to go down the Apple Watch road, and nowadays there's so many Apple Watches that it's possible you may be able to find one in your budget. On the line of smart devices, the next thing I have on my list is an Amazon Alexa. This can also be changed with any of the Google devices or the Apple devices. I have an Amazon Alexa and I really like it. Don't tell Siri this, but I actually like her better than Siri. I find that she gives me better search results and tends to be a little more intuitive to what's going on around her. Along the idea of Amazon Alexa, I also do the Amazon Fire Stick or Apple TV. I think that if you have a TV that doesn't have these smart features, this is now a very necessary device because it allows you to have Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, or Disney Plus. The next 3 items that I have on my list is for dog lovers. If you want to get something for your pooch this holiday season, I do it every year. Here is a couple little things that will help you and them. The first product I have is an Astro Ball. Now, when I originally got this for my dogs, it was a snowball, and then they had one as a cold ball, and now they have it as an Astro Ball. I don't want to say it's indestructible because Clark and Marvel have eventually destroyed it. Clark absolutely loves it. He likes to just put it in his mouth and squeeze it. It doesn't make a squeaky noise or anything like that. He just likes that constant chewing of it. And because he likes it so much, I get it for him every year. It retails for about $15. So it's not always great that $15 is gonna eventually get destroyed, but from the time that he has it and he plays with it, I can't really put a price tag on it because he really seems to enjoy it so much. The next item that I have is gonna be not only for your dog, but also for you. It's called the Furminator. It works amazing. I have 2 Huskies, which typical brushes that you get from PetSmart, Petco, whatever, they don't do the job. They don't get all of the hair. The Furminator goes down deep without hurting them and really gets that undercoat, which is what they're losing the most of. I got it, it changed my life. Those retail for about $32. Another item I put on my list for all you pet lovers is the Pet Quirks Bark Bone. Clark and Marvel both love to chew on things like antlers or bones, but the thing is always trying to find something that's not going to hurt them. If they break it and they swallow a piece of it, is it toxic? Is it gonna clog them up? All of these things you have to be very cognizant of. This product is perfectly fine if they do that. It's made with all dog-friendly products. And it retails for around like $11, which is great because this will actually last you quite a while. Something that always gets commented on anytime people came over to my apartment or house is the floating bookshelves we have. It looks like books are floating on your wall. Everybody comments on it. Everybody wants to know what the magic trick is, how it's happening. Because of that, I think it's a great conversation piece, so be sure to check those out. They retail for about $26. The next products I have on my list are more for the journaling type. I have 3 different types on the list so that you can kind of cover an array of different people. All 3 of them do something very similar where you write in them for 5 years, and for each date it will have all 5 years listed so you can look back and reflect. Now one of them has basically where you were left on your own device to jot down a line a day. One of them asks you a question a day. And another one, which is called the Happiness Project, actually gives you a quote that is supposed to help you on your happiness adventure. One of my favorite books is called Sapiens, A Brief History, and there's a second book to it called Homo Deus. I recommend that book to everybody, so I've included that on my list too. There's actually a box set that you can get for $38. It's on Prime. If you have a reader who is looking for something new or they want to look at the history of Homo sapiens, they're going to love both of those books actually. Another neat thing that I've always had people come over and comment on is what's called a shower notepad. You can actually jot down your thoughts or notes while you're in the shower, because so many times you may be in there and you don't have access to your phone or anything else to write down, and you just thought about how you're going to solve all the world's problems, but you forget about it as soon as you get out because you got back into relaxing, massaging your hair or whatever it is. But never fear, with this notepad, it's all waterproof and you'll never lose a thought again. As far as cosmetics goes, like body washes or any of that stuff, I work with a company called Anthony. I love them. Part of all of the profits that you buy goes back into prostate cancer research, so you're doing a little good while buying a gift for somebody or buying something for yourself. I love that. There's tons of other companies out there that are like that, so if you have somebody who is very socially conscious, they want to do something to help climate change or child abuse, there are products out there for that, and I highly recommend searching for them. Something else I really like is 23andMe. I will provide a link down there for that as well. I've done it and I really loved getting to uncover what all went into making me, what my ancestry is, as well as the health side of things of what I may be a carrier for or what I may have an increased risk of getting in different parts of my life. Now some people may not like that side of it, and you don't actually have to buy a part where you do the health and ancestry. You can just buy the ancestry section alone. No matter what you do this holiday season, I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you don't stress too much about the gifts. Just remember, if it comes from your heart, they are going to love it. Let me know some of the things that you're asking for the holiday season, or some other things you think I should add to my list. As well as, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to say hi, always say hi in the comments down below. I will respond. And most importantly, you do you, I'll do me, and I'll see you next Friday.